And then, okay, I think we're up, and hopefully you guys can see that well enough and hear everything. I don't know why, but my headphones weren't connecting to my laptop and I couldn't get that figured out today. So let's get going. Okay, Lorene, mute. All right, we're ready. Okay, this is what is going to work best for me for a minute. I just want to breathe. I have a little bit of heart racing, trying to get everything going today. So thank you for your patience, and this will be a good one. I'm planning on focusing a lot on our upper body and really working into our arms and our chest and building some good strength there. So you should feel a good fatigue in those muscles by the time we're finished today. Always listen to your body and never work to the point of pain. Okay, let's just find centering on our mat. Root our feet into the mat, spreading the toes, creating a wide base. Maybe moving side to side, settling in a little bit. Eyes are closed. Let's really concentrate on our breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Trying to lengthen and deepen that breath. Possibly on the exhale, let yourself release stress, tension, anxiety, discomfort, and inhale all of that good energy from the earth and all of that good energy around you. Let's put our left hand on our belly, and we'll use some yoga breathing to continue to center ourselves. On the inhale, feeling the belly expand as large as you can get it. And on the exhale, contracting and pushing out that breath, completely emptying the lungs. Really feeling this in the low belly. Keep this breath going. Let's move the hand up to the chest. Expanding the chest, imagining each of our ribs separating from one another. Completely filling that chest cavity. And again, on the exhale, contracting, pushing the breath out. Finding yourself more calm. Now let's bring the breath up into the throat, into the sinuses, the roof of the mouth, really feeling the breath in that area of your body. You might feel a little more lightheaded as you're bringing more oxygen into your brain. Aiming towards getting the exhale twice as long as the inhale. And maybe eliminating the pause between the inhale and the exhale, making it one fluid movement. Okay, for the next several breaths, we're going to be starting at the base of the spine, inhaling all the way up the spine, out the crown of our head, imagining the breath ending a foot above your head, and exhaling that breath down the spine, Clear out the base of the spine. Inhaling that breath in, all the way up. Exhaling it all the way down. Inhaling all the way up and out the crown of the head. And exhaling all the way down. Let's complete a few more breaths here. And we'll widen our stance into our goddess pose. Our feet are out at a 45-degree angle. Our glutes are tucked in. Our pelvis is open. Our hips are level, bringing the arms square. Just holding the strength in this pose as we begin to squat down into it. Keeping that butt tucked in. Weight balance between the balls of the feet and the heels. Closing the eyes to feel what's happening inside. And then let's push up slowly, reaching all the way up, creating space between each vertebrae, and slowly with strength, pulling down again. And we'll use this goddess for just a moment this morning to start building a little bit of heat inside. Getting our heart rate elevated a little bit, just pushing up, pulling down, keeping that navel tucked into the spine. On the end, as we're standing, we're reaching, extending that spine. As we're coming down into a squat, our glutes are squeezing, weight is balanced between the balls of our feet and the heels. Just continue here at your own pace. Pushing up, using strength and energy to pull down. And you can even imagine yourself pushing energy up around your body, pulling it down around your body, just creating real movement. And the next time we come down into a squat, let's just hold that squat for a moment. Closing our eyes, extending the spine, pulling the navel in, and pushing back up. Pausing for a moment, bringing it back down. Breathing and pushing it back up. This time when we come down, we'll pause, lower, and then I'll explain what we're going to be doing. We're going to add some variations onto this. And what the first variation looks like is right elbow to left knee. So we'll come up, tap, and come back down into the squat. Come up, tap opposite side, and come down into the squat. We'll do that 8 more times. So 8, keep it low on the squat. 7, high when you're touching. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then coming down to a squat to hold it and push it up. Let's shake it out a little bit, loosen up those legs. Should be feeling that heart rate coming up, heat coming into your body, coming back into goddess pose. This time we'll move our right arm out and left leg out, come down to the squat. Left arm, right leg, down to the squat. Okay, 8 more. 8, really working on form here. 7, squat. 6, deep lunge. 5, 4, 3, deep lunge. 2, 1, coming back to that squat, holding it, pushing up, release, shake it out. This time, opposite hand and foot coming in front of us, tapping the toe, really trying to get some height in that kick with the straight leg. Okay, bringing it back to our goddess pose. We'll start with our right hand, left leg. 8, squat. 7, squat. 6, squat. 5, squat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're ready for this. We're going to add all 3 of those together. First, we're going to tap knees, then our arms are going out, and then we'll squat. So we'll do sets of 8. 8 taps, 8 out to the side, and then 8 toe touches without stopping. So your heart rate will really be up by the time we get done with this one. Okay, starting in our goddess, elbow to knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, keeping that lunge low. 4, 3, 2. Now arm and leg go out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, toe tap, right arm, left leg. 8, 7, should feel some burning here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Maybe grab a drink and we'll work on some sun salutation variations for a moment, really focusing on our arm strength. Coming to the top of our mat. Taking a few deep breaths here. Hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Separate our hands. Squeeze our glutes and reach back. Come to a forward fold, hinging from the hip with a flat spine. We'll pause here a moment. Again, working on getting our breath back, slowing our heart rate back down. Opening up the hips, backs of the legs. Really lift those sitting bones up. And then come to a half lift. And we'll focus on this for just a moment, really pressing into the shin. Elbows are facing the wall behind us, creating resistance between our palms and our shins, strengthening in to the back of our upper arm into our tricep. Pressing and breathing. And releasing back to a forward fold. And bringing our right leg to the back of the mat. Finding a lunge here. Pressing the front of our right hip close to the mat. And let's bring our left leg back and find ourselves in plank or modified plank. And we'll be doing a lot of work with plank today. So if your wrists are getting sore, rotate and come up to the fist. In fact, let's just do that for a second. Come up to your fist. So you get a feel of what that feels like, how it feels different on your wrists. And then we'll come back to palms. And then let's lower ourselves to forearm plank. Get a feel for that. And you'll notice you can bring those hips a little bit lower in a forearm plank. Remembering to keep those elbows tucked in, navel tucked in. And then let's lift back up to a plank. Okay, we can drop our knees, our chest and our chin, keeping the elbows tucked tight to our sides, sliding through, lace the side of our feet are down. Keep those elbows hugged right to your sides, lifting to a straight arm, taking a few breaths. Continue to flow through, lifting the hips to down dog. Pause in down dog here. And then take the right foot forward. And let's press that left hip, the front of the left hip closer to the mat. Feel some good stretching in there. Okay, release it and bring the left foot forward, back to forward fold. See if you can come a little bit farther into your forward fold. And this time, tuck your chin in. And release your chin, and we'll raise our right foot to the air, to the sky. Right straight towards the ceiling. And see if you can put your weight mostly on your hands. Really build strength into those arms. Using your foot, your left foot on the mat for balance. Pushing the right knee up a little bit higher, tucking those elbows in, pressing the palms to the mat. One more breath, push up a little bit higher and release it. And lift back up to a half lift. Get a little bit of blood flowing back into the head. Press into the shins. Return to a forward fold. Palms to the mat. This time our left foot comes straight up to the ceiling. Pushing it straight up, keeping it in alignment with the hip. Our weight focused on the palms of our hands. Elbows facing the back wall as much as we can get them there. Tucked in tight and close. Really pushing that knee up as high as we can get it. Building into the shoulders, bicep, tricep, forearm. Push it up a little bit higher. And release. Back to a forward fold. Half lift. Forward fold. And you can pendulum to stand. Or I will, for this series, squat to stand to help my back. Okay, palms facing each other again. Reaching up. Tuck the glutes in, squeeze them tight. Extend back and a forward fold. And a half lift and a forward fold. Left leg comes back. And let's drop the left knee to the mat and come up to our knee. Our chest is open. Let's lift our arms. And we'll do some squats here. So lifting up to warrior one, and then dropping the back knee, coming down into crescent lunge. Lifting up to warrior one, coming back down to crescent lunge. We'll do two more. Lifting up to warrior one, coming back down to crescent lunge. One more, lifting up and coming back down. And then hands back to the knee, hands back to the mat. And our right leg comes back. And we'll pause in plank here. And let's go down to forearm plank and up to regular plank, or modify accordingly. So come down, lower the hips, and then come back up. Opposite side, come down left, lower the hips, come back up left. Let's do right side again. Right arm down, lower the hips, right arm up, left arm down, lower the hips, left arm up, and knees, chest and chin. Cobra. Lace the side of the feet down, lifting our arms to straight arm, really opening that chest, flowing through. Lifting the hips to down dog, opening up right side, opening up left side, right side again, left side again, And let's take our left foot forward. Drop our right knee and raise up to our hands on our knees, opening the chest. And we'll do 4 lunges here, coming up to warrior 1 and then lowering to crescent lunge. So our hands come up, lifting to warrior 1, lowering to crescent lunge, lifting to warrior 1, lowering to crescent lunge, lifting to the warrior 1, crescent, last one, lifting, lowering, and hands back down. Now let's bring our right foot to meet the left foot, forward fold, and let's pause here, stretching out those hips a little bit farther, lifting the sitting bones, half lift, really pressing into the shins, pulling the head forward to the wall in front of us. Back down to forward fold. And inhale to standing. Hands facing each other, reaching up, extending back, forward fold. Half lift, forward fold. Right leg comes back. Left leg comes back, and plank. And we'll do some leg lifts here in plank. Elbows are tucked close to our sides. You can be on your fists or your forearms. Let's lift our right leg, keeping it straight. Toes are down, pulling the navel in. Remembering that breath. One more breath here. Release it. Left leg lift. Pull the navel in. Tuck the elbows tight. One more breath. Back to plank, knees, chest and chin. Cobra to up dog, straight arms. Really reach that up dog high, lifting the face. Flow through to down dog. And our right foot comes forward. Left foot comes forward. Forward fold, half lift. Forward fold, inhale to standing. Palms facing each other, reaching up, extending back. Forward fold, half lift. Forward fold. Left leg goes back. Right leg goes back. And plank. And we'll stay in our plank to cobra, to up dog, to down dog flow. And we'll do 8 of these. So pace yourself. Knees, chest and chin, cobra, up dog, extend on that up dog, lifting the hips to down dog, back to plank, knees, chest and chin, cobra to up dog, down dog. 6 more, plank, knees, chest and chin, cobra, up dog, down dog. 5 more, plank, knees, chest and chin, cobra, up dog, down dog. 4 more, halfway there, keep it going, plank, knees, chest and chin, cobra, up dog, down dog, plank, knees, chest and chin, cobra to up dog. Okay, I think we have 2 left. I could have miscounted. So if we have 3, you guys do another one. I'm doing 2 more. Plank, knees, chest and chin, cobra to up, down dog. 1 more, plank, knees, chest and chin, cobra to up dog, down dog. Stepping our right foot forward, left foot forward, forward fold, half lift, forward fold, inhale to stand, palms facing each other, reaching up, extending back, forward fold, half lift, forward fold, left foot back, right foot back, plank, knees, and we'll pause at chest and chin. So get those elbows facing the wall behind us. The chest and chin come down, balancing on your chest, chin, and knees, elbows tucked to your sides. Let's lift that right leg up. And I feel sweaty and I'm sliding all over my mat. So the slide is not a part of what you should be doing. One more breath. Release it. Left leg. Really building strength here between our shoulders, back of our neck. And release it. Sliding to up dog. Lifting all the way, extending, flowing through. Our left leg comes forward. Our right leg comes forward. Forward fold, half lift, forward fold. Inhale to standing. We've just got a few more variations left here, so hang in there. You're doing a great workout today. Forward fold, half lift, forward fold. Left leg comes back. Right leg comes back. Plank, knees, chest and chin. And we're going to pause in cobra. Tuck those elbows close to your sides, facing the wall behind you. Lifting just with your chest. And then coming up, bearing the weight on your palms and your fingertips. Arms are bent, tucked in close to your sides. Working on that breath, really strengthening the triceps here. And then continue to lift all the way to up dog. And rotate through to down dog. Pause in down dog and get a good breath. And our right leg comes forward. Our left leg comes forward. A forward fold. Half lift, press into the shins. Forward fold. Inhale to standing. And we'll do one more variation here on our left side. Palms facing each other, reaching them up. Taking a deep breath here. Reaching back, tucking the glutes in, extending that spine, opening the chest. Pause here for a moment longer. Remembering to breathe. And a forward fold. Exhaling as we come into the forward fold. Pausing here to stretch out that low back. Lift the sitting bones up. Half lift. Press into the shins. Extend the head out. Forward fold. Left leg comes back. Right leg comes back. Coming into plank. Holding this plank for a moment. Knees, chest and chin. And we'll pause in our up dog. So make this cobra really meaningful, slow, methodical. We're going to come up to our up dog, straighten the arms, lift it out through the chest, chin comes up, toes are touching, closing the eyes, really feeling the strength here. Straighten those arms a little bit more, squeezing into the bicep and the tricep. One more deep breath, and then we'll flow through to down dog. Stretching out, pedaling the feet a little bit here. And left foot comes forward. Right foot comes forward. Forward fold, lifting those sitting bones. Half lift. Forward fold. Inhale to standing. Finally returning hands to heart center. And you should feel extremely accomplished. Again, slowing down the breath, bringing our hands to our side, checking into neutral spine. Feel those notches on your hip to make sure that they're parallel to the floor. We've got slight tension between our shoulder blades. Chest is open. Weight is balanced between the balls of our feet and the heels of our feet. Eyes are closed. And pay attention to what your body is feeling right now. You might feel heat, fatigue, exhaustion, accomplishment, burning. Pay attention to each muscle in your arm that you've worked. How do your wrists feel? Your palms, the backs of your hands, your forearms, your elbows, bicep, tricep, shoulder, chest, neck. See if you can bring complete relaxation into these areas of exhaustion and fatigue. Breathing breath into them, energy. One more breath here, and let's release it. And we'll go to our mat. I'm going to turn my air conditioning down a little bit. Love the humidity in Tennessee, but boy, it makes me sweaty. Okay, let's come to our mat. And find staff pose. So again, staff pose, our heels are flexed. Our kneecaps are pulled into the thigh. Our balance is equally distributed between our right and left sitting bones. Our spine is tall. Our chest is open. Slight tension between the shoulder blades. And gently place the hands on the mat beside you. Tucking that navel in as close to the spine as you can get it. And lifting that pelvic floor up as if it's an elevator, lifting up into your body. Hold this for a minute. And I'll go through each body part to engage. Heels are flexed. Legs are straight. Kneecaps are pulled into the thighs. Navel tucked to the tummy. Pelvic floor lifted. Spine extended. Chest open. Slight tension between the shoulder blades. Face forward. Relaxation in the jaw, brow. And we have 15 seconds left here. Lifting up higher, really stretching that spine tall. And release. Bring yourself forward. Inhaling, reaching up with a flat spine. We'll hinge forward into a forward fold. Keeping those heels flexed with our goal of lying our chest on top of our legs. So you can aim towards lowering your elbows, and that will help you to keep a flat spine. When you feel supported with your hands to the mat, to your legs, you can soften into the fold, dipping your chin close to the chest and feeling that stretch clear into your calves, all the way through your spine as you bring your chin closer to your chest. Eyes are closed. Jaw is relaxed. face is relaxed. Trying to find softness here in this pose. Continuing to soften and lengthen that breath. Lowering the heart rate. And inhale to come out of the pose. Returning back to our staff position. And we'll bring our right foot in close to our body. So find both of your sitting bones as you're sitting here. And we'll lengthen the spine. Make it nice and tall. Really engage this left leg, flexing the ankle, pulling the kneecap in, reaching up, and then centering our chest over our left knee, keeping both of our shoulders parallel to the floor. And if you have a mirror close by or you can see your reflection in your camera screen, check to see if both of your shoulders are parallel to the floor. A lot of times in this pose, our right shoulder wants to raise up, but we really want to keep it parallel to the left, parallel to the floor. Aiming to get the center of our chest directly over our knee. And again, you can bring that chin closer to your chest. Flexing the heel to feel more stretch in the back of your leg. Really trying to straighten that left leg and find softness. Okay, let's release out of it. And we'll come into that forward fold, the half forward fold one more time. Reaching up, really extending that spine. Nice and tall, nice and straight. Lying a flat chest over the thigh, centering our chest over our knee. Keeping both shoulders parallel to the mat, level with one another. Really trying to find that comfort in this point of tension. You'll feel stretching in your right hip. Allow it to soften and release. Stretching in the back of your left leg. Allow it to soften and release. We'll take one more slow, deep breath here and inhale out of the pose. Okay, take this right leg, cross it over the left. And we'll do a spinal twist here. Again, if your low spine has issues, keep your fingertips and thumbs aligned with your chin and your chest, and you'll go half into the pose and keep that stretch in the middle back. And if you have help in your low spine, you can go ahead and bring that elbow, lock it on the other side of the knee, pushing toward the back, gazing over the right shoulder. This really stretches into our neck, keeps our neck limber, into our spine. Trying to find that long, deep, steady breath here. And let's release. And put this left or the right foot on top of the left thigh and pull it in as close as you can get it to your body. And holding it with your left hand, holding the right foot with your left hand, let's press down on our knee, on our right knee with our right hand. Working into that hip flexor. And then pull it up close to our body. And again, don't let yourself fall forward, keeping that spine tall and straight, pressing that knee in. Press it down and push it in. And then let's release it. And we'll work on the right side. So bring the left foot in close to your perineum, leveling the sitting bones to the mat, flexing the heel, really strengthening and straightening this right leg, pulling the right knee into the right knee or the right kneecap, into the thigh, always extending the spine tall. Inhaling, reaching forward, flexing from the hip, aiming to get the center of our chest over our right knee. And it might take a few breaths to lower yourself more fully into the pose, aiming for softness, aiming to release tension, using that exhale to push gentle energy into those areas of tightness and allowing yourself to release with each exhale. Keeping both shoulders parallel to the mat. And try dipping that chin into the chest to feel it a little bit more in the back of the neck, the back of the hip, back of the knee. And inhale to bring yourself out of the pose, always supporting your spine. Inhaling to lengthen the spine, grow it nice and tall, reaching up, flex the right heel, center of chest goes directly over the right knee, flexing from the hip, shoulders level, using that breath to bring ease, softness, comfort into the leg. Let's take one more deep breath here. Inhale to release out of the pose. Let's find a nice tall spine again. Open that chest, bring the left leg over the right. And you can align your chin to chest, or you can come more fully into the spinal twist, locking that right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Always making sure that we've lengthened the spine, grown it tall before we move into a twist. Keeping our shoulders square, chest open. We can gaze beyond that left shoulder, really pushing the chin back, stretching into the neck. I hope you're all noticing more flexibility in your neck and that you're able to check that oncoming traffic without having to actually move your entire torso. One more breath and release it. Place the left foot on top of the right thigh. Press the left knee down with the left hand. Remembering to keep that spine nice and tall and straight, chest open. And then reverse the stretch, bringing that knee into the chest. Being aware that you're not hunching forward, you're really keeping that spine tall and the chest open. Press the knee down again. And press the knee up. And then we can release. Shake those legs out. And we'll come into crow pose, or you can work on your squat. So bringing your feet probably hip distance apart or wide enough that you can put your torso in between your knees. So finding yourself nice and comfortable in that space between your knees. Grabbing opposite elbow with opposite hand and allowing gravity to fold you into this pose. Softening the neck and the head. Starting to stretch into this form so that we can work on crow. Hey, if your body feels a little bit sweaty, you can wipe off your shins and the back of your arms so that you can stick without sliding. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. So we'll just go for it and hope that it works. Our palms come flat to the mat. We're going to balance from our heels to our tiptoes to our palms as we lift up, and find the form that works for you. Stop at your edge, feeling the benefit that your body needs. Okay, leaning forward, we're putting the backs of our upper arms or our tricep right onto our shins, digging down a little bit deeper into that space, lifting up to tiptoes and farther up to tippy tiptoes, pressing the weight into our palms, lifting up with our feet, having our arms bear the full weight of our body. And release out of the pose. And you can stand a little bit if you want to put some movement into your knees. And then come back into our squat, finding that space between our knees, adjusting for our bodies, placing our palms to the mat. Our weight is balanced on our heels and the balls of our feet. The backs of our upper arms are against the shin. And then we'll start moving up to tiptoes. And then farther up to tippy tiptoes. And our weight is on our palms. And then lift the feet off the mat, letting the palms bear the weight of the body. And you find that edge that's working for you. And that may be just in the tippy tip pose here, pressing into the mat with your full palm to start getting the feel and to start strengthening into the muscles required to lift up into a crow pose. And give yourself a little bit of credit today if that was difficult, because we really have worked our upper body a lot. So let's reach into this extended puppy with our booties hiked into the ground, reaching forward, stretching out into the arms. Bring your laces side of the feet down, sliding into extended baby, lowering the hips between the heels. You can drop your forehead to the mat for a little more centering, grounding. And then bring the palms up, flying them to the side of each hip. And in this pose, allow gravity to work on your entire body, letting each muscle, ligament, tendon relax, release, letting the earth support you. So gravity should push you farther into this pose. Really finding relaxation here. Let's take 2 more good breaths here. And then we can come to table pose. And if your wrists are feeling tension, my wrists are feeling it today, I'm going to go on to my fists. Just move the spine into some cat-cows, opening up, adding some flexibility into that spine, some movement to release tension that might be forming there. And then let's bring our forearms to the mat, and we'll do a dolphin pose, which will be preparatory for a headstand. So if you want to go up into a headstand, this is the way to do it. If you want to stay in dolphin, you're welcome to do that as well. So placing your head into your interlaced fingers, creating a nice little nest there, finding that flat spot on the top of your head here, and then work on just using your forearms to support the weight of your head. So the top of your head is barely touching the mat. Most of the weight is being balanced onto the forearms and the hands. Lifting the hips, coming to your tiptoes, lifting the hip,
straightening the leg. Again, keeping that weight on your forearms. And you can step forward, straightening the legs, adjusting the weight on your forearms. We always want our forearms to take more of the brunt than our neck in this headstand. And you can continue to walk forward. And if you're ready, you can lift a leg, bearing the weight on your forearm. Your head is being used for balance. You need to work on these a little more. Again, if I'm down here and I'm feeling this, my head is pressed into the mat, but most of the weight is being placed onto my forearms. And I'm using resistance with my hands to hold my head steady here. And then I can start straightening my legs a little bit more. Extending the spine nice and tall. And then coming down gently out of the pose. And releasing it back to an extended baby. We'll work on that one more time. So find the edge where you're feeling the work. Don't feel pressured to go into a headstand or even attempt it. If you can just get the feel of your forearms bearing the weight of your body for today or for the next week or month, that will be great. Okay, again, I'm going to place my head into this nest between my hands, finding that balance between each forearm. Coming up to my tiptoes, lifting my hips. And now I'm finding complete weight bearing onto my forearms. My head is barely engaged. My neck is barely engaged. Stepping forward and lifting a leg. And this might be a great place for you to stop right here. Starting to just feel that balance and what needs to engage to keep those forearms bearing the weight of the headstand. And you can attempt to bring the legs up if you're ready. Otherwise, find the measure, the form of the pose that's working for you and your body. Let's release it. Arms stretched out. And then we'll do our Shavasana in a seated cross-legged position today. I think that'll be a good variety. And I'd like to hold Yoga Mudra for 3 minutes. And we started out our practice today. I started out a little bit frantic, trying to get the connection to work. So I didn't remind you to set an intention for your day. So possibly during this next 3 minutes, as we're relaxing in Yoga Mudra, think of your intention for your day, how you want to show up, and also offer your body gratitude for what it accomplished for you today. We did some amazing things. Our bodies performed miracles for us during this class. And I think it's important to recognize the good that our body does and to change that narrative of constantly complaining that we have a bad hip or a bad knee or a bad back or weak arms, and just offer gratitude for everything that our body does for us. Okay, let's extend our spine, open our chest, reaching around behind ourselves, grasping our left wrist with our right hand in a loose grasp, lying our chest flat, flexing from the hips, coming forward into Yoga Mudra. With the aim of considering your intention, offering gratitude for your body, and being able to become completely still and at ease in your body. Noticing areas of tension that arise, breathing into them, allowing them to relax and release. Inhaling to release. Resting our wrists on our knees. Allowing a few breaths here. And returning hands to heart center. I offer gratitude for joining me today and being patient with our technology. My wish for you is joy in every minute of your day. Namaste. Thanks, guys. So glad we made it work. I hope it was a good one. Give yourself all kinds of kudos for working through a pretty good routine today. Thank you.